If you are gay and you have served in our nation's armed forces, I have good news. The people you work with like you. One of the eye-popping details in the Don't Ask, Don't Tell report released by the Pentagon today is that 69% of service members who answered the survey said they had served alongside someone they believed was gay. That's a lot, 69%. Asked how they felt about that maybe gay person they served alongside, the proportion of service members who said their feelings about that person were neither good nor bad or good or very good was 92%. So if you are gay and you've served in the military, or weirdly, if you're not gay but people in the military thought you were gay, the good news is that your colleagues in the military like you. By a huge proportion, 92%, dude. Good job. The bad news is you're fired anyway, or liable to be, just because you're gay. No matter how good you are at your job or what any of your colleagues in the military think about you. Because firing people for being gay is still the policy of the United States military. But maybe not for long. Today, the military released results of the largest review they've ever done on any personnel issue in the history of the United States military. They were asked to assess the impact of repealing the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy and to figure out the best way to repeal it if Congress decides it should be gotten rid of. They found that the risk of repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell is low. They found that most members of the military don't give two hoots about the policy, and those that do think they have hoots to give about it are in the minority, and ultimately they'll be fine. I'm paraphrasing. The two co-chairs of the review, Jay Johnson, Pentagon General Counsel, and General Carter Ham of the Army, went so far as to write this in the introduction to the report, the executive summary. They wrote, quote, "We are both convinced that our military can do this, even during this time of war. We do not underestimate the challenges in implementing a change in the law, but neither should we underestimate the ability of our extraordinarily dedicated servicemen and women to adapt to such change and continue to provide our nation with the military capability to accomplish any mission." If anyone cares what the military thinks about this policy, if anyone cares what the military thinks about the prospect of repealing this policy, it's done now. This report ends it. It is utterly unequivocal. The policy can be repealed. I mean, our military can do this. They've now reported what they need to do to implement repeal in a way that makes sense for the military. They've issued their recommendations on what needs to change in the military to accommodate gay people serving openly. Mostly what they say needs to change is nothing. Everybody abides by the same rules. Everybody abides by the same standards of conduct. Harassment and discrimination are not okay, just like they're not okay now. The only difference is you can't get fired just for being gay. It is an unequivocal report on the issue. The military, in short, says not a problem. Senator Lindsey Graham, I do not support the idea of repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell before our military members and commanders complete their review. I'm open-minded to what the military may suggest. Senator Scott Brown, I believe we have a responsibility to the men and women of our armed forces to be thorough in our consideration of this issue and take their opinions seriously. I'm keeping an open mind, but I do not support moving ahead until the Pentagon completes its study. Senator John Ensign. Senator Ensign is waiting on the report from the Pentagon. Senator Olympia Snowe. The question is whether we should be voting on this issue before we have the benefit of the comprehensive review that the Secretary of Defense ordered. Senator Mark Kirk. I think we should wait for the Joint Chiefs of Staff to report. Senator George Voinovich. I believe it would be logical to wait for the Department of Defense to issue its report on Don't Ask, Don't Tell. All of these senators, the people with the power to decide this issue now, say they have been waiting to decide until this report came out. It is out now. And anyone waiting on this report to see if the military is giving the green light to repeal this policy, now has their green light. Seriously, it's green. Green means go. If word from the military is what you say you have been waiting for, this is as clear as that gets. If you have been waiting for the green light, it's green now.